3, 2, 1, bingo. Hi everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Boring JavaScript. I'm your host, the Virtual Wade, aka Mike Smith, and today we're going to talk about the map method on arrays. Now, this is not the map object in JavaScript. That's for a whole nother boring JavaScript edition. Today, it's going to be about the map method on arrays. Now, what does the map method do? Well, quite simply, you take an array, apply the map method to it, give it a callback function, and it will go through each element of the array and perform whatever operation you want in that callback function and create an entirely new array. Let's take a look and see how it works. Now, since the map method works on arrays, the first thing you're going to need to do is have some sort of, well, array. So what I've done here is I've created myself an array, in this case an array of just simple strings, and I've just messed this up. Let's get reset here. Before we do anything else, let's try again. Now the map method works on arrays. So the first thing we're going to need here is, well, an array. So what I've done is I've created myself a simple little array of 9 different elements, all of them strings, and I've applied the map method to those particular animals. Now you will pass a callback function within as the argument for the map method. Start over again. Now the map method works on arrays, so the first thing you need to have is, well, an array. So I have created myself an array here, 9 different elements, strings, very simple, and I have now taken my map method and will be applying it to that particular array. Now again, the argument you pass to a map method is the callback function, and this callback function will take 3 arguments. I'm using 2, but I'm going to tell you about all 3 of them here. The first argument is the element of the array. Now the map method will go through each and every single element of the array and pass that to your callback function. The second argument is the index of the array. Now remember, arrays start numbering at 0. So I have 9 items here. I would expect cat to be index number 0 and lizard to be index number 8. So you can always know that index will be 0 through the length of the array minus 1. Now the third argument, which obviously I don't have here, is the array itself being processed. Now if you're doing functional programming or lambda programming, that's great, that's what you need, but we're not going to cover that here. That's for a whole nother edition of Boring JavaScript, so don't worry about that. Now your job within the callback function is to return something back to the map function, and the map function will then append that to a completely new array. So in this particular case, what I want to do here is I'm going to take the string that comes in this case animal, and I'm going to reverse it, doing this little cute little routine I found somewhere Googling that allows me to reverse all the characters within a string. And then I'm going to return that result. So what the map method will do is that it will then append that result to the new animals array, which is listed right here, or which is originally declared right there. Now this method will reverse the characters, so the first time through, if I have cat to come in, I would expect the result to be TAC. So we do know that map will create a new array, so I expect to have 2 arrays to come out of this. My first one, the original animal ones, to be completely untouched. The second one, new animals, to be the new array with all the letters reversed. Let's take a look and see how that works. Let's go to Node and map. Let me scroll up here, and sure enough, there it is. Here's my first array, has not been touched, it's exactly the same. Here is my second array with all the elements with the letters reversed. So again, remember, the map method will take a callback function, and this callback function, your responsibility is to return a new element so that that element can be applied to a new array. Now my last example was an array of strings. What if I had an array of objects, for example? Will map work with that? Well, of course it will. Let me show you that example here. I've now changed my array to pass over an array of objects, each object containing 2 properties, type and name. And I want to be able to extract just the name from each object within that array and return just an array of names. Very simple thing I want to do here. So now here's my callback function. And again, it's going to be passing 3 arguments: the element itself, the index, and of course the array, the process, which I don't have here. But now it is passing not just a simple string, but the object that is contained within each element of the array. So all I want to do is just get the name. So all I'm going to return is just the name of the animal. So you're not limited within the map function to strings or numbers or anything like that. You can pass the most complex objects you want to within the array. And as long as you know within your callback function how to drill down within that object to get the information you want, you're in great shape. So once all is said and done here, I will know that animals, or we should know, that animals has not changed and that new animals will contain the names of the animals. Let's take a look. Let's go to node, map name. Sure enough, that's what happened here. There's my initial array, hasn't changed. Here's my new array, changed with all the names in it. So that's how you can use the map function to drill down into an array of objects. Well, that's all there is in the map method of arrays. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I didn't bore you to death. Please check out all our other videos on boring JavaScript, and I'll see you later.